The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. Chicago. Ask someone to picture the city, and they will have trouble coming up with a concise description. When people think of New York City, they think of skyscrapers, subways, and muggers. When they think of Los Angeles, they think of sun, smog, and traffic. When they think of Detroit, they think of cars, factories, and decay. But for those of us that know, there's only one thing we think of when someone mentions Chicago: vampires. And tonight, we tell their story. Good evening and welcome to McStabber Studios, Windy City After Dark. I am the storyteller, Shaggy McStabber.
And I am Mama McStabber in Twitch chat. You can find me on socials at Relindare, and I'll be playing Jacqueline Durand of Clan Venture.
Hi, I'm Mischievous Red, and I'll be playing Isabella Caputo of Clan Toreador.
Good evening, I am the Ivy Raven, and I play Genevieve Schutz of Clan Gangrel.
I'm Urin, and I'm playing Roscoe Acres, Clan Tremere.
Hi, I am Brad, Timber Brad 411, and I'll be playing Nicholas Bowens of Clan Hikata.
I'm Gavin, and I play Lamar Cade of Clan La Sombra.
And welcome everybody to the Season 7 finale. When we were last with this coterie, well, they ended up on a mission for the Ash Finders, but it's not something they can really solve right away. It's going to take time. But we actually ended this last episode with Jackie finding out about her son and Isabella receiving a nice little present. She found out what was in the box. And Jenny had said, wait right there, I'm coming over. And we're actually opening right back up on this scene as Jenny arrives at Isabella's pub. And Jenny, as you come in, Emilio sees you come in. She's in the back.
Thank you. I'll just, I'll see myself back.
She told me to expect you and just point you that direction.
Good job. Genevieve will head towards the back area.
And when you go back there, is Isabella in her office or just in the back room?
Her office. She wants privacy.
So you go up to the office door, and when you come in, I turn it over to you two so you can, Isabella, you can explain what she sees when she comes in.
Okay. So what Jenny hears is some faint music in the background. And Isabella is dancing around her office, like with the scalp in her hands, like she's dancing with the scalp. Very, like, not beautiful dancing either. Very drunk dancing.
Miss Genevieve enters. She's going to see this, and she's going to immediately kind of close the door again behind her. Isabella?
Kitty, you're here!
Yeah, care if I cut in?
Don't say cut.
Sorry, poor choice of words. She extends her hand, though, towards Isabella. Do you mind?
You said cut. I need another drink.
Jenny's looking around. Is there like, is there like just a bunch of like drunk dudes on a pile somewhere or something?
No,
like,
she's not that bad. She's a Toreador. She's not a giant messy eater, leaves bodies everywhere. He is sleeping it off in a back room somewhere because being that drunken and losing a pint or two kind of put him to sleep. But she's got a whole bar full of special glasses wandering around.
I think you've had enough. Genevieve is going to kind of post up against the door a little bit.
How dare you? I am perfectly fine.
Sure. You don't seem
Had enough
perfectly fine.
when I've said I've had enough.
That's not how it works.
Isabella tries to go out the door.
Genevieve forces a sigh as she kind of just tries to like not tackle Isabella, but like just kind of wrap her in a hug, sort of to kind of like hold her there.
So I will say, Isabella, if you're going to resist that, it's going to be Dex and Brawl or Strength and Brawl against each other, opposed roll.
It's a fucking gang roll. Sorry.
I think just debating. I think oh didn't realize she left it. Oh.
So Isabella on 2 dice got no successes. Jenny, you have 4 successes.
Okay.
She tries to get by you, but you
falls.
wrap her right into a good hug.
Okay. Yeah. Look.
Isabella, being petty, picks up her legs and drops all her weight.
Genevieve kind of, she's like, I understand you're hurt. And she kind of like tries to gently kind of sink down. So they're kind of both sitting on the ground. Not, since Isabella's obviously going to resist no matter what she does, she's going to try and just kind of, sit down as it were. So she's going to continue holding Isabella so that Isabella can't go anywhere. Yeah. Look, I apologize for my poor choice of words. You were dancing, and I was thinking of, the old dances and in the movies and TV and stuff, they always say, word choice aside, I apologize. I see this is hitting you hard.
I came home tonight expecting Raiden to be there. Instead, I got his scalp and teeth. Hitting me hard is an understatement.
That's understandable. But I've seen enough individuals try to drown themselves in a bottle, and I understand that you can't drown yourself in a bottle per se, but you can't drown yourself in a establishment full of patrons just to make this go away.
Why not?
Well, the masquerade for one, and
You see anyone watching me?
you never know. You never know.
They would have seen a lot of other things in this office.
That I do believe, but they're not all going to come back to your office, Isabella, because you do one and then it becomes too much of a hassle, so you start doing it out there, and then that's when we have a problem.
No, This is what
Oh.
Emilio is for.
Yes. And if you're having a rough night, let's not make Emilio have a rough night as well.
He loves it.
Why? Why does he love it?
We've been together for a long ass time. You know, when I first met him, I caught him stealing wine from my vineyard.
Okay. I see a common thread here. You two enjoy your wine. So, look.
Yeah. Exactly.
Look. This is obviously extremely difficult. And I know if you're drinking, then you blame yourself. But like, you shouldn't be blaming yourself. And maybe that sounds hollow coming from me, and maybe you're thinking back to what Jackie told you. But look,
You're right.
I get it. I truly do, Isabella. But you can't. This unlife, this extended period of in this world that we get to exist in, you don't get to spend it all just drunk all the time. Because if you make this one fuck up be that thing that pushes you over the edge, it's done.
Isn't all the time. What are we gonna do?
What? Well, we're going to kick this bitch's ass. Kicking is just, the euphemism, as it were. We'll probably do much worse to her. I guess the question is, what do you want to do to her? She's threatening you, and I've already told you.
I meant, how do we find her?
Oh.
I didn't even see her. I had eyes like a hawk.
You had? What happened to him?
Well, like when I was there, watching, I was pretty vigilant. I didn't see shit.
Okay.
That had to have been when she knew.
Oh. Yeah, it's possible. But she also could have already known where Brayden was, considering he is attached to the Seneschal, and people in the city know that. So somebody else could have told him, hey, guess what? This is where Brayden is.
The timing?
Coincidental?
We've been alive long enough to know there's no real coincidences.
Look.
Especially in this society.
I'm just being optimistic. So, you never know. Look, we all make mistakes. You may have possibly led a psychopathic Lasombra to Brayden, but who hasn't at least once in their life?
I feel like that's a story I want to hear. You done that, Jenny?
Done. I've done many things. So, look. Instead of thinking about how you fucked up, quote unquote, because you can't guarantee that you're the person who fucked up. Think about how you're going to pay them back.
Well, I asked, what are we going to do? And you didn't give me any. No, how are we going to find her?
How are we going to find her? Let's see. We have connections in the city. We know fucking people. We have boons and resources at our disposal.
You know who else had connections? Vivian. Vivian couldn't find her. And you still managed to fuck up Vivian's once in life. Unlife. Get Nick's sister.
Yeah. But
not enough.
Why would you think that? My disdain for this city tells me that I'm not going to let this bitch take me, you, or anyone else in this group out. If she wants to come for us, she has to come through me. She has to come through all of us.
So we just sit and wait?
No. We go find her. We smoke her out of her fucking hole, shine a big old fucking light in her fucking face, and then we break her fucking teeth out of her face as we tear her to bits. So, just, little street brawl, as it were. But not, because it's going to be, 6-on-1, because fuck this bitch. Hell, we can get her nice and close to the final point. You could even let Emilio get in on it if you want to. He's got skin in this game. Oh, no, not a fighter. He's a lover.
Well, that's beside the point. I don't want him getting hurt.
That's fair. Absolutely fair.
No one else is getting hurt because of me.
Okay.
If you think this is bad, if I get Emilio's fucking scalp, I will burn this city to the ground.
You're worried about Emilio is fine, but you have to remember, she already knows where you do business. She already knows where Emilio is. You are not bringing her to Emilio. She comes here, she's doing it of her own volition because she already knows where you are. And you've already said you're not going to hide. So...
Right? So she does that, and then she tries to get close. Then she, attacks Emilio when I'm not here, and then leaves his fucking scalp.
Keep Emilio with you then for the time being. If it makes you feel better. It's doable. Skip Elysia events. Don't go places where you can't have him with you.
I don't get how we'll flush her out. Everything is just sitting and waiting for her to show herself somehow, some way.
I understand that. Totally understand that. This has become a problem that literally cropped up for most of us tonight. So we don't have all of the think tank on it yet. But Roscoe's got talents. Nicholas has got talents. Lamar's got a plethora of talents, and
none of us have seen her. We can't even tell any of them what she looks like.
Yeah.
She's a literal shadow.
Someone has seen her, though.
And he's dead.
No. You talking about Nicholas's sister. She got Nicholas's sister. Nicholas's sister is still here. She's seen her.
I feel like he would have said something.
Okay, well then maybe she's not the one who got Nicholas's sister. I don't know. I don't have the answer. But all I know is you have tools at your disposal. Myself, yourself, we both, you can utilize me how you see fit in this regard, Isabella. I will help you. But you got to remember, I already gave you a gift that you can use against her. The somber, all spooky, scary, shadow shit. But you know what? Start pulling that shit, you flash your fucking eyes on. Doesn't fucking matter. Sorry, go ahead.
I need to process tonight.
Fair.
Grieve. Be angry. Drink. We can be serious about it another time.
That's fine. Am I stupid for being worried about you? Is that what you're thinking? I care. I know I'm pithy and I make jokes and whatever, but I do care about all of you.
I know.
and this is a big deal.
See that you care.
No offense. I'm not going to leave you here alone tonight. You can drink. I'm going to be lurking. I won't scare off
Now,
your patrons.
You're gonna dance with me now.
Okay, I will dance with you then.
No more cutting jokes, though.
Apologies again. Genevieve kind of stands up and she kind of reaches her hand down to Isabella. May I have this dance?
Isabella like kind of like stumbles as she like gets up and like falls like into Jenny a little bit, but she rights herself. Sure.
Genevieve like kind of puts an arm around Isabella so that she's kind of more doing like the leading stuff, since Isabella's obviously struggling to maintain her balance at the moment. So
you two do a bit of dancing, and the night goes on until dawn comes. Now, when dawn comes, everybody, you all sleep. The next day, or next night, I should say, Jackie, are you ready to have your meet up to go and deal with, to try to get info on your son? Or would you wait a day or two to process?
No, now that she's got her confirmation, she's not letting this go long. She spent some time the prior night with Etienne trying to calm her. It didn't work. She's getting ready. She grabs her cane. She actually checks her .45 to make sure it's loaded, puts it back in her thigh holster, and says, "Take me to the tent city."
Yes, ma'am. And the two of you ride out to the tent city. And it's a quiet night. Give me wits awareness, please.
Instincts?
Sure. That's always a good one to do. I'm going to roll for Etienne since he's driving and all. Okay, got his number. We shall see how it goes. A 5.
With a crit.
With a crit. Nice. Now you rolled 3 10s.
Yes!
Pretty damn nice. I like that. And as you're going, actually, I got another thing I want to check, but this is going to be me rolling. Where is that skill? I knew you have it. There it is. I'll mark this. Go back up here. Something else I'm checking real quick. Okay. And as you head out there, it seems to be a normal night. And when you reach the tent city, you notice, with it becoming summer, the tents have either spread out more or he's got more people. It's kind of hard to tell which is which.
She assumes he has more people.
And Etienne gets out and opens the door for you.
She doesn't even wait for him to speak. She walks right into the tent city.
And you get about 10 feet in when suddenly the wall closes around you. The wall of people out there.
Mm-hmm.
And they just stand there blocking your way. They don't say anything yet. They're just staring at you.
Allow me to pass. I need to speak with Wineka.
And one of them looks over. If he wants to see you, we'll find out in a second. Bobby went to go. Just wait here a minute, ma'am.
What's your name?
Names don't matter out here.
That's a shame.
He just called me Nine Toes.
Do you have 9 toes?
Actually, I do.
Do you have 10 toes?
No, lost
You
one.
you lost one.
Frostbite.
Oh, that's bad. You ever get phantom pain?
Once in a while. It happens.
I hear that's a thing. She's just making conversation with them.
And as you make conversation, you do finally see Bobby, who seems to be Winneca's main lieutenant every time you've come out here.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, you see him coming up. It's about 3 minutes after you started your conversation. And when he gets close to him, it parts. Yeah. How you doing, Jacqueline?
I'm okay, Bobby. How are you?
Can't complain. Nobody listens. Certainly not
Doesn't
this
do
crew.
any good to complain anyway.
Yeah. Well, boss will see you.
Thank you. Shall
And they
I
all-
follow you?
See, yeah, you can follow me. And as soon as y'all start walking, the whole crowd just kind of dissipates again.
Have a lovely evening, gentlemen.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's just, we didn't know you were coming, so they just automatically, just don't let people wander up in here.
I understand. I am no threat to him, you know this.
Yeah, but they don't know that.
They should be informed.
No, the way we assume is, it's not a matter of threat. It's a matter of whether he has time to see you. Some nights people come here thinking he's just going to let him in and talk with him. And if he's not in the mood to speak with him or doesn't have time for him, they just don't get to come in.
I see.
Yeah, that's how it works. And as you go to get deeper in, this time you're actually led back to the park bench. Though it's been turned around. Now it doesn't face the lake.
Faces the camp.
It faces the camp. And Winneca's, he's sprawled back with his arms over the back of it. How you doing, Jacqueline?
Fine.
Jackie.
Well, Wanaka, how are you?
Feeling okay tonight.
Glad to hear it.
Kind of a shock that you came out to visit me. I hadn't expected to see you for a while. And he looks over, Bobby, take off. Then Bobby just turns, nods his head once as he's turning, and then just wanders away. And Winneca actually pulls his arm off the back of the park bench and he leans forward. So what you got?
I have a request.
That's what I do out here.
Mm-hmm. When Cedric requests Antoine become his protege, granted.
Now, see, here's the problem on that one now. It's not really for me to allow or disallow as much as he's spoken for. He was sent here with a mission.
I'm aware. I've been assisting with that mission.
He is already the protege of another. And
I
it's not me.
understand. It's not necessarily a true protege, more like under Cedric's protection.
What you're interested in this sounds like clan business to me. Clan Nosferatu.
Hmm.
And last I checked, pretty sure you weren't Nos.
No, I'm not. My business is my own. But in exchange, I can give you information that you do not have.
Now, see, here's the thing. Like I said, it's not really my call. Unfortunately, that's the problem. You see, he's still nominally envoy, protege, and ambassador is a good word for it, for his sire.
Yes, I know his sire. Tell me how to get in contact with him. I will smooth this transaction.
There's two ways to do it. You can go through me, which I can understand you might be a bit hesitant to do. I wouldn't blame you for not doing it. Otherwise, you can contact the French embassy. I know I've done my homework. You have contacts there.
Of course I do. I know his name from years ago. What is he going by now?
Oddly enough, as far as I know, he's still using the same name. You'll find a lot of our kind to get away with that. It's hard to pin us down as being living too long when, well, most of us don't come on the surface that often.
Yes, I understand. All right, then I shall do such. But truly, you are not the premonition,
No,
so I believe he can be swayed to allow a premonition to protect him.
no. Like I said, I guess it's on me for not fully explaining to Cedric the situation young Antoine has been placed under. You see, Cedric is primogen. But I'm the one with more contacts out that direction. That's why he was sent to me first. But I was clearly told, it's almost like I have a reputation, that I was not to requisition him for my own games.
That is good to hear. Well then, I suppose I don't need to give you a transaction of information for it, because it's not really a favor you're paying me.
I'll always take information.
Oh, I know you will, but if I'm getting nothing out of it, why bother?
I mean, can't argue with that. It's not like I'd give you anything for nothing either.
Exactly. That is the relationship we have, Waneka. It's completely transactional.
Well, of course. Good job on the Capone thing, by the way.
Yes, excellent. When are you moving into Southside to take care of Loden?
Well, he's not there anymore.
No, he's in the Undercity.
Right. There's the problem.
Oh, really? Why is everyone so afraid of the fucking Undercity?
You have to ask that, huh?
Yeah.
Have you been down there before?
No.
Let me describe it. You're looking at hundreds of years of building, stuff burning down, falling down, building over it, stuff burning down, falling down, building over it. So you've got layers of it all. And then you have a flood that goes through it. And as the flood washes through it, it washes out the weaker areas and opens up new passages. So you have hundreds of years of sections, some of which hadn't seen the light of day in centuries. Some of it who hadn't been open to others in centuries suddenly open again. You'll find all kinds of things down there that have adapted in ways you wouldn't expect. And a lot of it, they don't seem to think that we're the apex predators in that area. It is an interesting place to go sometimes.
Yet he can traverse it safely.
I suspect he's not going very deep in it.
Then you shouldn't have to either.
It's a big place. Look at the size of Chicago.
You think he isn't using some of your clan to navigate it?
Oh, I'm sure he is.
You don't have the capability to put pressure on them to sell him out.
And
she looks around the army.
It's like this. You got to know who's doing it first. And the big problem is, you've got me, you've got Cedric, you've got Martin. We're mostly in alignment. But there's a number of independents. Number that do their own thing. There are a number of groups that aren't part of any group. And some of them are loyal only to, their own little broods, their own little group. So if he bribes the right one, how would I find out about it?
Fine, if I can get you a good location. Will you move?
If I can find him, I'll move.
Then I will do it myself.
If for only to get his damn people to quit fucking with my people. There's only room for only one Lord of the homeless in this city. Sure as hell ain't him. It's my people. This here is my kingdom. But
That is all I had.
now, I'm sure you'll get a message out. And I'll let you know that, as I said, I've been instructed by people I owe favors to not to requisition him for my purposes. So if his sire okays it, I guess he'll work for Cedric. And if he doesn't, then ain't shit I can do about it. I know you understand of all people in this city. Understand obligations.
Of course.
And I know our clan isn't known for that, but we've had to make changes in the last decade or two.
Survival leads to that.
And I'm here to survive, one way or another.
As am I. Have a good evening, Wineka.
You too. Side note, just as a heads up, Martin will probably be making a call on Lamar here soon.
Whatever for.
I traded a boon.
She had started to turn, now she faces him directly and looks him dead in his eye. Explain.
Lamar owed Clan Nosferatu and me specifically a boon. Martin, I came to request it. So I traded him that boon for other boons. You know how that works. Favors are a currency.
And Martin did not specify why he wanted the boon?
Nope, don't care. I'll be quite honest with you on this one. I find having Martin owe me and to be extremely valuable in this city. Normally everyone owes him. It's rare that he owes you.
Thank you for that.
Now you'd find out one way or another anyway.
Of course. I'm good at what I do. And she turns around and leaves.
And as you head out, nobody stops you. Bobby doesn't even escort you out. You just get a free walk out of the place. And as you get in the car, Etienne opens the door to let you in. And when you get in, that place will never not make me nervous.
Calm your nerves. It's not the first time you've seen an army. Hell, you were in one.
Oh, I know that. But it's one of the first times I've seen an army that I'm not as sure about the sanity of the one who leads it. And from what you've told me, I'm not sure how stable he is.
Honestly, I don't give a fuck about this city.
Sounded to me like we're hitting that point faster than usual about when you're talking about moving in. Because normally when you hit that stage, it's time to start packing up.
No, my next move is to become a queen.
I know, you've told me. Where to, ma'am?
Take me to the House of Lilith. I need to pick up something.
And he heads off to take you to the House of Lilith. And now we flash over to Nicholas. Nicholas, when you wake from your day's sleep, you wake and immediately hear a voice as soon as you're waking.
Is the voice trying to kill me?
Nope. I am the messenger. I have come to facilitate as you requested.
Excellent. And then Nicholas will get up and go off into a side room and do the ritual that they've sort of established for contact.
And before you see it's an odd thing. It's an oversized dog. Though it has human hands instead of 4 paws. And it's holding the stick that you're used to seeing. Though you haven't decided whether it's stick or bone, it's holding it in its paw. And it talks with a person's voice, though. I am the messenger. He asks, why do you need to speak with him?
Several things have come to pass that I both feel the need to share, but also see guidance.
He asks you to continue.
On matters we've already discussed, it seems that the Giovanni following Zal is making himself increasingly clear that any sort of contact or interaction with her is going to be met with violence.
It's odd seeing the dog's head nod. It's an awful lot of human movements for what appears to be a dog. He commands me to tell you that he's done research on his end. It seems a few years ago, someone in that city put a call out for a very specific type of skills from a spirit. Someone who is extremely skilled in altering memories and editing memories. And they wanted it in a way where it was not forced obedience. In this particular case, they wanted a spirit they could negotiate and work a deal with.
Do we know the identity of this spirit?
No. The word went from spirit to spirit, caused a bit of an issue for a while there because apparently on their end that is not allowed. But you can't stop like that information passing. We do not know who did it or who accepted it. I suspect he found somebody to do it. Speaking as myself, not your master, I know he found somebody to do it. I know for a fact.
Do you know who it was?
They're the reason I look like this. I facilitated the deal. And I was caught. And I was punished. And this is my punishment. For 20 years.
Interesting.
They are not part of the government on our side. They are an independent.
It seems someone of our clan, or at least with similar gifts, has made themselves a foothold in the city. I would be surprised if he was not familiar with one that goes by the Madam.
When you say that name, involuntarily this dog thing takes 2 steps back. Our kind don't go near her. We avoid her.
Because she enslaves you.
No. She is an abomination. She is not only a reminder of things that shouldn't be, she is a monster that should not be. Your master bids me to say, if you two are done gabbing, does Nicholas have more questions for me?
Oh, that part was for the master, specifically.
No, the answers were all coming from the dog.
Okay.
It can be hard to tell which one is answering you at any given point due to the nature of the link.
A deal was made that necessitates transport across the veil. Is he familiar with a way to stop something from fading once it's brought over?
He bids me to answer that. There are ways. A very skilled spirit on our side knows how to do it, how to take things either direction and force them to stay. It is not easy. It does not come cheaply. But it is something from time to time that happens. It is also something that is punishable by this. And the dog almost looks down at itself, though it's an odd kind of movement for a dog's head.
And then does he remember the night that my father was mourning the loss of his daughter?
He says he does.
There was a woman who found my sister. It seems what I thought was the Spanish influenza was actually more intentional and more malicious.
He says, no. She died to ruin a business deal. And to make even a past debt. Her death was vengeance from another.
The one who killed her is in the city somewhere.
He says, Amelia DiCarlo is dangerous. Your sister died because he had taken a child from her. He bids me to tell you he had hoped to keep that from you. It was business before your time. And he had hoped that death ended the feud.
You can assure him it has not. She may be dangerous, but if I am in a position to end it, make no mistake that I will.
So it is to be vendetta.
It's the way our people have done it for generations.
He offers this final piece of advice. She always has spies. And she loves to nestle them in. The cities and part of the courts. There will be one that she has planted that is hers to the core.
Does he have anything he wishes of me?
Survive?
Oh, yes. I have a new foothold in the old family territory.
He says a significant investment has been made in you. You are not permitted to die yet.
Well, it is certainly not my goal to join my sister yet.
And the dog thing breaks the stick. It has ended.
I understand your reticence, but allow me to ask you a question now that we are alone.
Ask.
If not you, where can I find a spirit willing to make a deal like you did?
I was the middleman, you see. The Mimni, as we call them, are banned. But I knew them. I will ask around for you.
If there is something I can do for you in return.
The one who
For-
I worked a deal for that made me end up getting caught owes me. Because I did not snitch. I took the punishment. 20 years is a drop in the bucket for our kind anyway. I will find out.
Thank you.
And the dog thing turns and pads off and just fades from your view as it does so. Now we flash to Roscoe. Roscoe, you have to go to the tea shop, don't you?
Yes, I do.
It's been 1 week. Anything you're doing in particular heading to the tea shop? Just
Well, I'm
curious.
looking in the have a look at the packet of information, make sure I've got everything. Everything's in order and ready to give her so that she can make a quick exit.
And Jackie has delivered all that to you. You've got a good set of documents, a good set of everything that has been sent out. Duplicate ID, birth certificate. I mean, Jackie's mask maker is quite impressive, actually. And as you're driving out that way, I want your wits awareness, of course. I've got to have your wits awareness, please.
Of course. Click.
Let's see what you get.
That's not what I meant. Is it? Was that?
No, that's intelligence and intelligence. First, you click the
I did.
awareness, then drag the die from wits. That's the easy way. And we'll see if you get a good roll here. Nope,
It's
still
not-
did it. Yeah, click the
Because when
plus at awareness.
I did.
Okay, and then drag
Oh,
wits.
now it's finally selected. It just took a long time.
And then drag the wits die. Don't drag the intelligence die. You dragged intelligence.
No, I did not.
Yeah, I'll do it for you then. Because,
Okay.
you're taking a while there. Let's see. Bam, see, it works for me. I hope. Yep, it worked.
We don't see your rolls.
I know, but he got 6. Jesus Christ. 6 on 6 dice. Not bad. As you're heading out there, Roscoe, something is off tonight. You can't put a finger on it, but something is off.
Do I feel like I'm being watched? Remotely by Victor.
No, but there's just this odd feeling.
Okay.
You don't know what it is, but it's almost like biting tinfoil tonight.
Okay.
And as you pull up and park near the tea shop, actually, I'm going to roll one other thing I want to roll for you real quick because I need to, because this is how this works. I need to do that one. And I forgot to add a power die, so I'll give you a bonus die on that. As you get out of your vehicle and start heading towards the tea shop, in your head, A voice whispers, "You are in danger."
When am I not?
But it hits you, the voice that spoke it. I mean, you can feel it through your whole bones.
Okay.
It's kind of like the voice that talked cryptically once before to you. But in this case, it wasn't cryptic at all.
Okay.
Premonitions sometimes warn you of things that aren't the future necessarily, but warn you of immediate danger.
Can I make use of clairvoyance while I'm making my way to the tea shop?
Yes, you can. Of course you can.
See if it will work for me.
So it's going to be which ones? It's intelligence and aspects. Hey, it wants to keep rolling intelligence. I guess you got that part working, right?
I didn't click.
But it kept wanting you to roll intelligence, so you get that.
All right. Well, let me exit out of Fantasy Grounds real quick.
Okay.
Come back in.
But as you're walking up to it, the street seems normal to you while you're reconnecting. There's not a whole bunch of people. That's about the same as always. The tea shop, I'm going to assume competence, and you just don't walk right up to the door and just jump right in looking at it. You don't see Sun Chi from across the street, but the same old lady's doing like she always does, back and forth. Now, that doesn't mean that she's not maybe in the back or somewhere else in there, because Sun Chi probably wouldn't just be sitting at the table waiting. That'd be kind of a poor choice for her. That's not assuming her competence. We're letting Roscoe sort his dice issues out because it doesn't want to roll for him tonight.
Maybe I'm in danger.
You are in danger. The question is how?
I'm in danger.
Okay, Ralph. As he's pulling those up. And once he gets connected, we'll see if it lets him roll it. There he is. He's back, everybody. He's in there to roll his dice. So you are walking through. I see it checked all specs, so it looks like it may work for you this time. Let's see. Intelligence all specs. There we go. We got some dice rolling, and hey, it rolled the right thing. Look at that. 8 successes. Wow.
With crits.
With crits, which means I have to give you something special. Any questions you want to ask me of what you see with your clairvoyance before I come up with the special thing?
I'm just looking to see if there's any Tremere that I recognize, like Victor, in the area watching me, or
as you're pushing. It's kind of difficult, by the way, to walk and use clairvoyance, but you're pushing your vision around, and you don't see anything. But with 8, you don't see Victor, you don't see his people. But what you do find with 8 and the critical is the key. There is something blinding you. You're unable to push yourself to look certain places.
Okay. Where are these places that I can't see?
A few buildings down from the tea shop.
Okay.
You don't know why, but you can't push your vision to them. Okay. You hit a barrier of some kind. You wouldn't have noticed it, but critical, I give it to you.
Okay. Okay, then do it as I'm walking up. I don't see Sun Chi through the windows or anything.
Nope, you didn't see her with your clairvoyance either.
Not even in the back of the tea shop.
Not yet. Maybe she's running late.
Okay.
But the old lady, everything in the tea shop looks normal though to you. The old lady seems to be acting normal as you pushed your vision in there. The few people that are in there at this hour, because there's not many, it's late. They seem to be, quietly You caught snatches of conversation. They're talking about their day, politics, and just, inane babble.
Okay, well, I'll go in and
When you
get a
go
table.
in, the lady who runs it, she sees you come in. She said she'll be here soon.
Any idea how soon?
No.
Okay, could we have, unless she's already picked a table out, can we get one that's way in the back, but closer to the back door?
No, you can find one. You're just going to go set one towards the back of the place?
Yeah.
Okay. And as you sit down, the lady comes over and she sets a thing of tea in front of you because you've been here a couple times before. She seems to remember what you like to drink. While you wait.
Thank you.
And she hurries back. She runs it herself. She's constantly running back and forth. And as you're drinking, you still got that biting on tinfoil feeling that something is off.
Am I still able to keep, since I'm sitting down now, able to concentrate more?
You can still push your vision.
Okay. Can I push it around the where the blind spot seems to be, just to like kind of circle around it?
The blind spot, as you're doing it, when you push it back down after sitting down there, it's not there anymore. And the building was a TV store of all things. Sold audio video gear, TVs, radios, junk. But it's not there. And as you're pushing it around, you realize that it's moving and you can't see, even from a distance, you can't put your eyes in the direction of the alley behind the tea shop.
Okay.
As you're sitting there, and you sit there for 3 or 4 minutes, and then you realize that you've been forced back to your body with your clairvoyance.
Okay.
And as you're forced with your body, you can see the whole place the way you're sitting. You hear the beads that hang there that she's got hung up that goes between her and her back room. You hear them as somebody steps through. And then a second person, then a third person, then a fourth person. And Victor slides in the seat next to you as his 2 friends, or his 3 friends, take up positions around the room. Mr. Akers, how you doing tonight?
Are there any kind within hearing distance?
Nope. You're in the back corner. Most of them like to sit up towards the front so they can watch the street and, just generally keep an eye on things.
Good evening, Lord Victor.
How are you doing tonight here? Funny to run into you here. Almost like
really, it
you
is.
had a
I
date.
was having some nostalgia. Thought I'd have some tea.
You wouldn't be meeting with somebody, would you?
Apparently, I'm meeting with you.
Yes, you are. No, those must be the documents she was wanting.
Who was wanting?
Sun Chi.
How is Sun Chi? I haven't seen her for quite some time.
And he leans in toward you. I'm sorry to tell you this, but she won't be making the date tonight. It's regretful.
It is regretful.
I've done this for a while. My instincts are good, and I knew if I watched your place long enough that she would come by it to see you. And once again, my instincts were right. She came to see you. And that time I got a thread on her. That time. Well, we managed to track her down.
Hmm.
I do thank you for that assistance. Though it was really on her, it wasn't you. And he reaches out and he kind of pats your arm. Don't beat yourself up over it. Wasn't anything you did. She did it. She chose to visit you.
I know this is pyramid business, but can you tell me more about what it is she supposedly?
Roscoe, you're going to roll. Let's give you manipulation and persuasion. I like that roll.
Okay.
Now, you've actually got more dice than, people might expect in those two skills.
And I don't know how much good it'll do, but I will willpower that.
Okay, you've got 3 so far. You can willpower 1 of the dice. 3 on 5 dice isn't so bad. 3. He kind of leans back from leaning forward. You were kind of, you unwillingly helped us, so I tell you what. Let's just say the sins of the sire or sometimes have to be paid by the sins of the child. Sometimes things are done that require an entire line to be destroyed.
I'm familiar.
Didn't catch that, what?
I said I'm familiar with that.
She did not do it. Sometimes punishments must fall on all those that share the same blood. And in this case, were I able to, I would kill her over and over and over.
This seems a bit extreme.
Well, were you a more proper Tremere? And were you helpful in us getting her willingly, I might have shared more with you. But as it stands now, unfortunately, this is pyramid business.
True.
And as far as I'm concerned, you forfeited that right.
And how can I be a good Tremere now? I'm not allowed in the Chantry.
Oh, that's for you to decide. But if you interfere with pyramid justice, well, we know how to deal with that too. It's nothing personal. I have nothing against you or her, honestly.
No, I know how it works.
Well, I just wanted to see if you'd actually show up. And to be fair, I felt you actually deserved an explanation
Oh, I thank you for that, Lord.
of why she wouldn't be here. I am not the bad guy you seem to think. I am just you could call me unflatteringly, they call me the hatchet man, but I am just more of I'm a gopher. I go for whatever they tell me to.
Gophers don't live very long, except in your case, they seem to have so far.
When you're useful, they do. There's the key I found. You've got to be useful. That's always been the key. Take Brandon over there. He's useful. He lives. Sort of. I
Which
will
one
say
is he?
she was tough to take. Don't know what's in her damn head. But that was a firecracker.
Well, from from what's said around town, she was an infernalist, so it must have been a demon that you fought.
No. The beauty is now that we have her, I will find out what's in her head before it ends.
So you haven't quite finished the job yet.
Well, no, not yet. I am waiting for the judges to arrive, I'll put it. Given the nature of what's gone on, I am not going to sentence and pronounce judgment. It will be a council of pontifex who pronounce judgment. I heard your sire is on the way as one of them.
Indeed. She hadn't thought to tell me of that.
No, she is on the way.
When will we be graced by her presence?
That I don't know. They don't tell me. I am told to keep her contained and safe. Mostly safe. Until they arrive. What they did not tell me I can't do is figure out what's in her head. And there's several experiments I can do to find out. We will find out what's in there.
Well, so long as they're non-destructive, I'd like to know myself.
It does no good if it destroy her. That would be before the judges pass sentence, wouldn't it? Well, I don't really like tea.
It's a shame. It's a wonderful beverage.
I'm sure it is. I'm going to get going with my friends here. You have as good an evening as you can, Mr. Akers.
Well, that's in some doubt at this point. Not exactly how I expected to spend the evening.
I'm sure. Like I said, if it's any consolation, it's not your fault. She made
no
the lack
consolation.
of judgment, not you.
Nevertheless, I feel it's a travesty of justice, or a mockery of it.
Justice.
No, yeah, I know.
Justice ended the day they nuked Vienna. Justice ended when London fell. Hell, justice ended when you were embraced. Remember that. And he gets up.
I thought this wasn't personal, Victor.
It's not. But justice? Come on. The only justice out there is what you take.
Not exactly how I describe justice, but okay.
Yeah, you're funny. You're an interesting guy. I'm sure we'll talk again.
I have no doubt.
And he looks over at his three guys, and he kind of nods his head, and they fall in once again around him.
Before you go, I was having a look around as I was coming in, but for some reason, there seemed to be some blind spots in my vision. That's a pretty good trick.
Isn't it?
How'd you do that?
That's clan secrets, you might say. But, I like you enough. I'll even share a little.
Oh, thank you.
Rituals don't have to be on static things. Rituals can be on objects. And the right ritual on the right object can create some interesting effects, especially objects that are mobile.
Yeah, I noticed it was moving around.
It's handy. Oh, the problem is, I haven't quite figured out how to get it so that they don't know they're being blocked. That's the difficult part, you see, because it's limited usefulness, because those that can't see me with various scrying powers still know something is there. The goal would be to get it so that the gaze slides right off. We've got time. We're working on it.
Hmm.
And he walks out the door, leaving Roscoe sitting there. And the whole time you've been talking, the lady that's behind the counter, she didn't look your direction at all, at any of you. It's obvious that she was unable to look your direction.
Right.
Most likely they dabbled in her head somewhere. So Roscoe, we're going to fade with you, I guess,
Okay.
at the restaurant or at the tea shop as you contemplate your next moves. Because they have her.
They do. And she's not gone yet, so
Nope. You know you have at least until your sire shows up. But if your sire's coming from DC and pontifexes are involved, how long will it take?
they could be there anytime.
Well, some of them have a lot further to go than your sire. So now, Jackie, you managed to get an Erzule special from the House of Lilith. And what is your plan with it?
She texts Lamar on the sat phone. I have the goods.
Lamar will respond with, where?
My place.
OMW.
So you head over. And when you get there, Etienne doesn't answer the door. Peter doesn't answer the door. I'm sure they're around somewhere.
Lamar takes out his gun because this is not a thing he's used to. Peter and Etienne not greeting him, being anywhere nearby. Yeah, he will knock on the door with his free hand.
She actually opens the door. Please come in. All
This
is well.
suddenly looks-
I excused them for some time.
All right. We just pretend that didn't happen.
I understand. I know it's unusual. They are not far, actually. So. I own the entire building. They are just in another apartment.
Good shit.
And she closes the door and locks it and says, well, understand the first hit of this stuff can be intense.
So she pulls out
A mason jar.
a mason jar, literally, of a liquid. It's red like blood, but it's not the consistency of blood, and it clings to the bottle not like blood.
It's got some alcohol in it. You'll feel it. Although you don't think you can, you will, and you'll be able to drink it. Then she unscrews the top, take a sip.
And you smell the alcohol in it. There's something else in it that you don't quite place. It is vaguely iron smelling. Maybe there's blood. It's hard to tell.
Oh. I haven't had alcohol I could keep down in so long. You know what? Let's go. And he takes a sip.
And normally, anytime you drink something, or try to, just the thought of it, ash in your mouth. But this one, while at first it's dulled, it's not a strong flavor. It's not long before you can taste the residue and aftertaste. And the first thing that you feel is your tongue going tingly. And it kind of spreads from there, where slowly first everything gets, I'd almost say heightened, but not. Your senses seem to tingle. You can feel your clothes rubbing against your body. You can feel the wind in the room, just the slightest breeze. You can almost feel your hair. It's so odd feeling. But,
Oh, yes, you're feeling it.
and when you touch yourself, it is slightly painful, but very not painful.
Madre de Dios. What the fuck?
I believe it's a thin blood alchemy type concoction. I think they do something to process it. It can only be done per basically per serving.
Why have we not been funding this?
Jackie actually takes a sip and sets the jar down on the table.
And the room is, I'm not going to say swimming, but it's definitely, I don't
Vibrant.
think, Lamar is from before the time of Molly, but you're from the scenes that dealt drugs. You know how Molly's described, and that's a good damn description of what you're starting to feel.
And after it starts to hit Jackie, she leans in and says, "Tell me how this feels." And she just blows gently along his neck and ear.
Do that again. Right? Do that again right now.
She does it again.
That's better than standing at the harbor during a rainstorm. Oh, shit. Fuck.
I know we discussed a bit of an exchange. Let's see how that feels. And she takes his wrist in her hand and takes a drink.
Now, the moment she bites into you, the kiss is generally considered pleasurable, the embrace or the drinking of Vitae. But with what's going through your body, it's pleasurable in a different way. It hits you like a Mack truck. It is a wash of longing, desire, lust, something I don't think Lamar has felt in a very long time.
Part of me is tempted to just let her drink as long as possible.
Jackie pulls
are
away
not
after
words.
taking one drink. And she licks her lips.
I always knew I'd get inside you somehow, but I didn't expect that was going to be it.
Yeah, the exchange.
And Lamar's fangs run out, and he drinks.
And Jackie, it hits you the same way. You've not, even you and Dread didn't
No, we
deliberately
didn't.
bite. You didn't taste the kiss, and it hits you. And as it hits both of you, you are both now caught in the whirlwind of desire, lust, and longing that this thing seems to have heightened. You had no idea what it would do when you actually used the kiss at the same time as on this. And you are both overcome with something neither of you, have really felt in a long time. It is pure lust at this point.
Boys aren't going to be back for a while, right?
Hours.
You should give me a tour of the place.
She does.
And as you two go on your tour, we are going to fade to black here. And we are also going to go to break, everybody, with, well, Jenny and Isabella having a very heart-touching moment, to be honest. Nicholas got some info I'm not sure how he can take yet. His sire has kept a secret from him for a very long time. Roscoe finds out the fate of Sun Chi for now. And Jackie and Lamar, well, they just found the real purpose of their Azule special. Not the effects that most understand, the real purpose for it. And we will see everybody in 10 minutes. Please enjoy.
trust myself, though I fear you've heard my name, that you've heard the story of Countess Bathory. History is told by the victors, heroic warriors, and mad kings. Will you hear my story from the lips of Bathory? They call me blood-sucking demon, queen of hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, beautiful, drinking the blood of virgins, the blood countess. Who is she really? Who is she really? Blood countess. Who is she really? Isabella Bathory. I was very wealthy and powerful, a widow with political rivals keen to destroy me and take my property. My plea was never offered, all my confessors were all tortured, or how they destroyed me for my property. They put me up, shut me up, shut me up, put me up, put me up, shut me up, shut me up, and told a story of a bitch called Bathory, blood-sucking demon, queen of hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, beautiful, drinking the blood of virgins, youthful, the blood countess. Who is she really? Who is she really? Blood countess. Who is she really? Isabella Bathory. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. I've always been the hunter, nothing on my tail. But there was something in you I knew could make that change. To capture a predator, you can't remain the prey. You have to become an equal in every way. So look in the mirror and tell me, who do you see? Is it still you, or is it me? Become the beast, we don't have to hide. Do I terrify you, or do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you, or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. So embrace the darkness, and I will help you see that you can be limitless and fearless if you follow me. We are the lions in a world of lies. We are the predators, the hunters, the hunters, the hunters. Become the beast, we don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within. Do you burrow within? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? or do you feel alive?
Welcome back. Before the break, I just described it all. You all can, if you missed it, you should probably go back and watch it. I'm just going to say that because, we pick up the next day. Lamar, you're leaving a bar where you were just talking with Tariq because Tariq had to talk to you about his mother getting arrested. And as you step out of the bar after that discussion, damn car pulls up beside you. It's a Ford Focus of all damn things. But the window comes down and you hear a voice, Lamar, get in. And the guy looking at you, when you look at him, at first he's kind of nondescript. Then it flickers and you see Martin. And then it flickers right back to a nondescript man.
Well, shit. Lamar will get... First, Lamar will touch the car just to make sure there's no lingering after effects, because...
Nope, it's been a day, so, I mean, oddly enough, there's no hangover with that shit, which is even better.
And then he'll open up the back door to the car and get in the back seat.
And when you get in, Martin pulls off. How you doing, Lamar? Been a while, man.
Yeah, pretty damn good. I gotta say, this I wasn't expecting this, for another, I don't know, 20, 30, 70 years. What brings you to town?
No, I'm not here to blow you up or anything. Don't worry about that.
I say,
You might just say this might remind you a bit of the first time we worked together. I've got a job I need you to do.
okay, well, I gotta tell you, I'm not really in that business anymore. I kind of joined the whole Camarilla thing, so blowing up another elder that you need killed there's got to be some real big incentive there.
I'm hoping you won't have to blow anybody up. I mean, if it was as simple as blowing somebody up, I probably would do it myself. I'm sure you're aware. I spoke with Wineka. You know that favor you owed him? It's mine now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
So, have you heard from Destiny lately?
No, I haven't. Last I heard that.
I have.
I heard she and whatever his name is. I guess they're falling out now.
Yeah. Don't know what Wineka was thinking, telling her to get involved with Nines, but let me tell you something. You put Nines and Genghis in a room. Genghis ends up on the curb. Nines is a hell of a lot smoother than that sumbitch.
Well, Genghis has this problem with his mouth. He doesn't know how to shut it.
Yeah. That's always been the case of that little shit. But I have talked to her. She was doing pretty well up until about a month ago.
What happened a month ago?
She's run into some problems that she's having trouble dealing with, you see. She's pissed off a couple of La Sombra.
Talk about things she excels at. All right.
Yeah. I'm sure she was just being her. And by being her, I mean getting in people's business, gathering intel, spying. You know, the stuff she's good at.
Yeah.
See, this is where I need your help. I know your background and, yeah, you're Cam now. I understand that. But your name still has weight. Quite a bit of weight to it. And if there's a bunch of Lassombra giving her fucking shit, I think you can help her out with that without having to resort to blowing things up.
So I go, let me make sure I got this. I go there. I get them to back off. And then she's good. Probably doesn't need me anymore after that.
That's for you to decide about the needing you after that. That's not my part of it. I'm just trying to make sure she's okay. And she won't ask me for help because that's her way. She is not equipped to deal with some rather pain-in-the-ass Lassombra.
You got any idea who they are?
Yeah, there's the problem. The little info I've gotten from them, it's a brother and sister team of all fucking things. Twins.
Twins. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, they work for Vannevar. Kind of been taken in between jobs on things. They've kind of been doing hound work, sheriff work. Vannevar is rather unstable, so, you know.
She's on the wrong side of Vannevar Thomas's personal fucksticks, which means she's on the wrong side of Vannevar Thomas.
Yeah. Now you see where I think you'd be exceptional at this one. Because while they may not have heard you, I know exactly how I hired you the first time. And I know who I hired you through. And I know damn well, I don't care how much they've sucked that fucking Vannevar's cock over there. They don't want Tally's protege angry at them.
No, they don't.
And in return for this, we'll call this even. We'll say that the death of Nathaniel never happened.
What death?
You understand.
Right? Oh, I've got to make arrangements I'd have to make arrangements to get there. And I mean, all my stuff is kind of here, so I got to make sure it gets taken care of.
I can get you out there. Don't worry about that. 72 hours, man. I'll have a plane ready for you in 72 hours.
All right. I might be able to get there sooner, but I need at least tonight to handle some business, get some things taken care of.
Like I said, you got 72, man. I'm worried about her.
Yeah.
And if I go out there, well, they'll be looking for a new Vannevar if I go out there. Because I'll blow the fucking lot of them up, and you know that's how I do it.
I can't even say you might not still have to do that at this rate, but one step at a time.
She made me promise I can't just go burning down cities every time I get angry. So I'm trying to be good.
Well, calling in this favor because I made no such promises.
I might have ulterior motives on that. She's got to be more careful about how she gets a promise, don't she?
Yeah.
That's your car up there. I'll drop you off. Now, by the way, reach in your right pocket and give me that disc that you find in there. You reach in and there's a little, looks like an overly thick coin. It's an AirPod. I was tracking you with that. That's how I found you tonight.
Son of a. And he just gives it back.
It's been in your pocket for about 4 days.
Yup. Oh. Fucking hate technology.
Yeah. Oh, it was a pain in the ass. I would have talked to you a couple days ago, but that damn thing kept losing signal. I didn't think it through about being La Sombra.
Good thing it didn't have you on the other side of the city or something.
No, it just kept weirding out and saying you didn't exist anymore. And unless you've been going places, some really fucked up places, I was pretty sure you were still somewhere.
I always go fucked up places.
Now, you're now going to the worst of it. LA is, yeah, it's something.
Well, I mean, maybe it'll be something worth seeing out there, but meantime, let's hope Destiny has not gone and done anything else to make the natives mad.
You know, let's be fair, you know how she feels about Sabat La Sombra. She took her a while to warm up to you. She probably gave them the same attitude she gave you when she first met you.
I'd almost feel sorry for their cars if that's the case.
Yeah, well, you see where that starts a problem.
Yeah.
Now, he hands you a card. If you need help, just let me know.
Lamar will take the card. I'll keep that in mind.
And I'll make sure she knows you're coming.
Damn, I was hoping to surprise her.
I mean, if you want to surprise her, I can arrange with Gary.
It'll be funnier this way. Yeah.
Okay, I'll have Gary arrange for him to get you picked up so that you can surprise her. She's still staying his place.
All right, well then, let me get to work because I got some arrangements to make.
Okay. And he lets you, the doors unlock as you get, when you pull up to buy your vehicle. So you can get out, and he drives off into the night, leaving you. Lamar, what do you do first?
Lamar takes out the sat phone and he will send a text to the group. Need to meet, emergency.
Jackie sends club.
Club.
You all get the text.
Be there
Uh,
shortly.
Ginny responds with, "On my way, eggplant."
Roscoe replies, coming.
Isabella doesn't reply. She's coming, but she's not going to reply.
And then Lamar will will go and make a couple of stops on the way. He will also contact.
Okay. Boss, we just met. What's up?
Do me a favor, write down this phone number.
Okay.
And he gives the phone number. You are to call that tomorrow night and set up a meeting with the woman on the other end. She is going to assist you while I'm out of town.
You're going out of town?
Yeah, emergency can't be avoided.
Sure thing. I'll give her a ring tomorrow, boss.
All right, and then have Tyrone call me.
Okay. And he gets off the phone, and it's about 5-10 minutes. Tyrone. What's up, boss? Sorry, it took me a minute. I was in the middle of something.
It's fine, Tyrone. I need you to write down this phone number.
Okay. What you got?
And he gives Tyrone a different phone number.
Okay.
You're to set a meeting with this nice woman tomorrow night, and you're going to look for a job with her.
Wait. You cutting me loose, boss? What?
I'm cutting you loose, Tyrone, because you have skills. You have useful skills. And I'm not going to be able to make use of them anymore, but I'm going to send you the direction of someone who can.
You okay, boss? Everything okay?
Things are good, but like I said, I'm going to be away for a while, and I'd rather you not wait for me to come back.
I mean, I'll do it. I'll call her tomorrow night.
Good stuff.
You've always been good to me and my people, so I'll give her a ring. Be safe.
I'll take it under advisement. Click.
I figured. Okay, now what's Lamar do?
And then he will head to the club.
And rather than that whole stagger everybody in, anyone else doing anything before we get to the club real quick? No? So, once again, we're looking at where it is. Lamar was probably the last one to arrive at the club, based on distances. And everyone else is there as Lamar walks in the room.
Sorry for the rushed message, but something has come up. And, well, before we get to that, look, when this all started, not all you guys were here, but you're here now, and it's important for me to acknowledge the fact that after my pack went tits up, I didn't think that I was ever going to feel like I was part of something again, especially when I got the big call that, hey, we're ditching the Sabbat, pack your shit. I didn't think I would feel a part of something again, and I got here and was pretty sure this was just going to be a temporary thing and I'd be moving on. And even though some things have changed, some of the people have changed, you guys are the closest thing to a pack I've had in a long time. I used to think a coterie was a what do they call that? A poor excuse for a pack, but I realized it's actually an upgrade. And for that, I want to say thank you to all of you.
Lamar, you sound like you're leaving.
Yeah, about that. Destiny's gotten herself into some shit out west. And there are a couple of thugs that I used to spar with back in the day, a couple of twins from guess which clan, who are probably going to turn her into giblets if I don't go out there and help her. They happen to be hounds for some dickwad named Vannevar Thomas. And not that I don't think Destiny can handle herself, but these guys, they don't play games. And if Vannevar's got them doing his dirty work, she could get caught up in a lot of mess. I don't want that to happen. So this is where I got to take my leave, guys. But I'm not leaving without party favors. And Lamar will take a set of keys out of his jacket, and he'll toss them to Nicholas.
Nicholas will catch him.
Since the bad guys already know where you live, get a different haven. In fact, they're the keys to one. And the skulls are in there. You can have. Also, that bottle I nicked from Sovereign's place, I want you to give that to Isabella.
You know me so well.
What can I say? You can either drink it, you and Emilio drink it, or you give it back to him and charge him a boon for it, whatever. Just enjoy it.
A very
Oh.
kind offer. I appreciate it.
So, yeah, hold on to those. I'll be back for them eventually. Oh, Jenny, I have a guy by the name of Tyrone Jackson. He's going to call you tomorrow night. Him and some of the other guys are going to be looking for new employment.
Community oriented individuals.
Yeah, they can. I'm sure they can help you with that little problem you were having out at the construction site. And Tyrone's a smart guy, real good with numbers and things. I mean, I know you've probably got like 10 of those guys, but he could probably help you out.
I appreciate the passing on good, hardworking individuals. Hard to find sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whereabouts you'll be, but Genevieve pulls out one of her business cards and she puts an address on it and a phone number. She gives it to Lamar. Phoenix has a location in I think it's in Los Angeles. So if you feel like you need to swing through somewhere, feel a little piece of home.
But I'll do that because Los Angeles is where I'm going. So
it should be safe. I made some arrangements with people. If those arrangements have fallen apart, I would like to know because then I need to go bang some heads together.
I will let you know.
Appreciate you.
And then you'll look to Roscoe. Roscoe, I struggled with what I should give you, but do me a favor. And Lamar takes out the gun, slides it over to Roscoe.
You've seen Lamar with it, but you've never seen a gun like this.
Well, thank you, Lamar. No, I'll tell you what I'll do with it. I'll hold on to it when you come back.
Do that, but in the meantime, if you need to put any of those bullets into someone, do it. And by someone, I mean other kindred who deserve
it. You mean it'll have a special kick for kindred?
Yeah. So make sure you use it on those fuckers, and I want to hear about how they burn to a crisp.
That's a deal. That is a deal.
Stuff. Sorry I couldn't hang around and meet your sire and everything, but I'm fairly certain that it's not her, it's me, and I think it wouldn't have gone well, so we'll just call it even.
Well, don't forget now, you got to keep in touch with us every so often, not all the time, but just listen, because I know what you look like and I'll come find you.
And you know what? I'll make sure that I don't give you guys reason to come running out there unless I actually need y'all to come running out there.
Okay.
Shit. Say the word and they'll fucking descend upon that place like a pack of fucking Valkyries. We've got the jets to do it, so.
That's exactly what I'm counting on. And then Lamar looks to Jackie. Oh, wait. I meant to give these to you the other day, and he has to rush out of the room for a moment, and he comes back with the art books that she gave him. I finally did finish all of them, and I'm going to go to some museum. I'm going to go to some museum and put together, tell people about all this stuff I learned, but thank you. Not just for this, but for everything.
Of course.
Oh, there is one more thing. Tariq's going to be calling you tomorrow night. I need you to look out for him while I'm gone.
I will. I'll ensure that your business interests down there are secure.
He's a good kid,
Of
and
course he is.
I couldn't steer him away from it, so I thought I'd give him the skills to at least
Succeed.
to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
But if it comes down to it, he'd probably make a good venture too.
I will be the judge of that.
As I fully expect you to be.
Well, of course I will handle that, Lamar, but understand you must return, because if you do, I'll give you a title.
Well, I got plenty of reason to come back. Not to mention, the good stuff. But like I said, this is the closest thing I've had to a family in a long, long time. So, yeah, I'll be back. Bet on it.
Jackie actually gets up, goes over to Lamar, and gives him a hug. You are a good man, Lamar.
Supposed to say that in front of everyone else. Gotta maintain the reputation.
And she kisses him on the cheek and says, "Give Destiny my love." Do you need transportation out?
I'm told that something's been arranged for me. I just want to make sure that I spoke to all of you beforehand. Oh, one more thing. I need someone to just do me a favor. And to be as scary as possible when you do it. There's this priest, right? Goes by the name of Father Jefferson. I just need someone to go to his church and tell him that Lamar is watching. If he bursts into tears, so much the better.
I think Nicholas should do that.
I would be more than happy to do this for you. And Nicholas will go up and offer his hand to Lamar in like a handshake. And I'll make sure to remind the skulls that you're a bad man.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And he shakes Nicholas's hand.
And I'll shake your hand too, Lamar. Except when you give it to me, I'll pull you in and give you a hug.
Roscoe, I didn't see this when we met. I did not see this being a thing, but I'm glad it is.
Me too.
We took like all the other people we knew to die, but I mean, bonding, right?
That's right. Yeah, man.
Isabella, make sure these guys don't do anything crazy.
You know they don't listen to me. But at least now they won't have their sledgehammer as much as I'll miss you.
You know what? I'm going to have a sledgehammer delivered for Emilio. That's what, you know what? Thank you. Sledgehammer for Emilio, that's going to be on the way. And Jackie, there is one other thing that I need to give you. And this is for Etienne and Peter. They can decide whatever they need to do with it. He runs back to the back and he comes back with the case. The last bit of the party favors.
Oh, the fireworks.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sure the guys will have fun with that. Whatever they decide to use it on, have them take a picture. I need evidence. I need to see.
Did Lamar shape it into anything cool in the box before he handed it over?
Heart.
He opens it up. She opens it up, looks in, and then she closes it and just smiles at him.
It's been an honor, guys.
Well,
Yes.
Mr. K, just so you know, I'm still expecting you to return so you can oversee my interests in Southside at a certain point. So
And we'll absolutely do that. I just got to make sure that Destiny's still in one piece.
I understand. And Genevieve is saying this as she approaches Lamar. She kind of not forcefully, but she kind of just like punches him in the gut, and she puts her arm around his shoulder and she's like, you lucky dog, you did it, didn't you? And she kind of whispers that in his ear, and then
Did what?
It's okay. She's like, and then she kind of turns it into like a hug, kind of gives him a hug. It's gonna be okay. I'll make sure your men are employed, but I'll make sure that they don't get hurt, hopefully, so that when you come back, they can go work for you again.
I mean, I understand things happen, but thank you.
Oh, safety is job one.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Not trying to just force myself onto you, as it were. If you find yourself in Vegas, feel free. You can visit my properties there, and that is on the card as well. So
I've never been to Vegas. I'm gonna have to try that out.
it's magical.
It's also very hot.
Yes, it's very hot, but it's a dry heat. That's what the humans tell themselves anyway. So
So is fire.
I was gonna say so it's fire, but you know what? We'll try it out at least once.
look, Vegas is the town where I made myself. So I'm just saying, if you want to visit someplace, you want to see what I've done and still go, it's ongoing. It's not like it crumbled down or anything. If it has, let me know. Because again, heads banging.
Something a little more in your wheelhouse, Lamar. Deserts are very good places to dispose of people.
Facts.
Maybe you'll
Huge
even find
facts.
some skulls there.
Mm-hmm.
I love you guys.
Yep.
We
There's all
understand
kinds.
you.
If you got time, take Destiny, go on a date, go out to the deserts, say you're gonna go visit Vegas, you're gonna do the town. You can find bodies all over the place out there. Some of them are in my doing, some of them are Evan's doing, some of them are not Nicholas's doing, as she looks over at Nicholas, because he's no fun.
But some of them are.
Well, Lamar, get out of here before I start crying blood tears.
No, we don't want that. I don't do well with tears, so
So I will give you smiles instead.
If we do cry, does that mean you stay?
unfortunately, no. But I better run before you start anyway.
Yes.
So
Be safe.
I'll see y'all around.
Safe
Farewell
travels.
for now.
And Lamar departs. And then I think right here is where we're going to end season 7 of Windy City After Dark. The second half isn't as long as the first, but it is what it is, right? And first, let me say officially, Lamar, you're going to be missed.
So much.
Very, very much.
For those who
I'm
don't
gonna miss you
understand,
guys.
Lamar, real life has reared its ugly head.
Yes.
And after 7 seasons with us, Lamar has had to make the tough, difficult choice to step away from the table to handle real life.
Yeah.
Real life's the bane of every gamer out there, but we will miss him. And it has been a pleasure of having him for 7 seasons with us.
God.
He's going to be listed as a guest. So if real life doesn't completely swamp him, maybe at some point you'll see him back in Chicago. Because the seat is always going to be open for you to come back either as a guest or anytime you're ready to be back at the table. The seat is there for you.
Count on it.
Because it has been one hell of a ride, bud. And hope everyone enjoyed season 7. It's been a hell of a ride for everybody.
It was
Player-
especially a hell of a ride for Lamar and Jackie.
And while I know Roscoe had things he probably wanted to share and Jackie had her own things, and I think it's better just to end right there this time with Lamar before the whole table cried.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I was almost.
I still might cry, I'll be honest with you.
So I do thank you all for coming. The player vote. Now, first of all, this is the end of the season. So everyone gets 1 bonus XP for the end of the season. So you start off with 3, and then the player vote goes to everybody. So guess what? 4 XP. And save your questions for Lamar, because we got one more cast Q&A with Lamar, right? You're going to be there for the cast Q&A, so you can get your last questions for him. So there you go. Everyone gets 3 plus 1 more. So everybody got 4 this episode. Please pop over to our Discord. That is where we cast these shows from. That is where we hang out. And even though Lamar is departing, he'll still be around on the Discord. So, tag him, say hey to him, check in on him once in a while, make sure he's okay. Ask him what he's doing in LA, because I'm sure he'll make some shit up. Busting some heads out that way. We also do weekly Zoom hangouts. We do non-streamed games once in a while. Maybe eventually we'll get a chance to do those again. We'll have to see. It's a matter of timing. If you want to catch our back episodes, pop over to YouTube. Catch all the back episodes over there of all of our streams and the Ishvel streams, which is run by Dr. Tiss. I'm going to keep saying that for a while until I finally forget. But that is where Call of Cthulhu and the London Esoteric Society with Ender Ishvel, which was D&D. You want to catch amazing content creators? Check out our friends, Mischievous Red, right there in the center square. And then the Ivy Raven on the edge there. They both stream. Pop over, say hi to them, check them out, ask them how they're doing. They'll talk about games, they'll talk about not games, they'll talk about everything else. Let's see, I'm going through all the list here. You want to get some Windy City merch? This will be your last season to get Lamar Windy City merch.
Mm-hmm.
Though I'm sure we'll keep some of the older season stuff on there just so you can get some
There's
Lamar.
still older season stuff on there. But
So,
yeah.
but after this, the new season 8 merch will not have Lamar on it.
Yeah.
That's going to feel odd to me. Not going to lie. Going to feel real odd.
I'm going to have to redesign the poster.
Yeah. It's been 7 years, man. Or 7 seasons.
Not 7 years, 7
7 seasons.
seasons.
Oh man, 7 years. I would be inconsolable right now.
I know, right?
7 seasons. Always tough.
Yeah.
Bits and donations, everybody, they go to the players, not to the studio. If you want to give something to the players for all the hard work and the love that they put into this show, bits and donations, they go to the players. If you want to support a studio, of course, subscribe here on Twitch, give us a coffee, but none of us make money. We do all this. We do this because we enjoy it. So bits and donations, they go to the players. I'm going to let my wife have her part now so she can give the schedule.
Yo, it's the season finale. Y'all better be showing these players some biddies. For real. For reals, okay? Because they deserve it. Knocked it out of the fucking park again. But coming up, thank you so much for joining us for the finale. But coming up over the week, on Friday, we have Run by Ravnos Archon, Dune, Bloodsoaked Sands at 8 p.m. Eastern. Join Shanky and myself at the table with Juni Vanesh and Alexian Star as we are trying to survive on Arrakis during a freaking war of assassins. It's craziness, y'all. Craziness. And let's see if we can kill some fucking Harkonnens.
Every time we go somewhere, someone tries to kill my character.
Yeah.
Every fucking time we go
Oh, yeah.
somewhere.
Oh, yeah. And
How
then
does that feel, Shanky?
I mean,
Actually,
that's
it's been
legit.
pretty fun.
and then on this Sunday, there is no London Esoteric Society for Saturday with Dr. Tiss because Dr. Tiss is actually relocating. But there will be more London Esoteric Society the weekend following. So on Sunday, join us for the live cast Q&A for season 7 of Windy City After Dark at 5 p.m. Eastern.
Bring
We
your
will all
questions.
be here. Bring your questions.
And bring some for Lamar so that he can give his full opinions on, 7 seasons.
Yeah.
And the story arc overall and the character arc of Lamar. Please bring some for him because it's your last chance to, unless you ask him on a Discord, but
Please.
Please let him talk. Let him gush about his character.
and how the season went down and all the events that came to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then, then
That's it.
that's it.
Yep.
After the crazy schedule we've been
After the
setting.
crazy pace we've been keeping, we are finally getting down to just a couple, 2 to 3 streams a week. And it's a nice little reprieve after the hustle we've been doing. So, but yeah, we're basically going to be streaming weekends now, Friday through Sunday, except for the 20th, because Tiss is taking a weekend off so that she can handle moving. So,
Yep. And which means I may be looking at a community streamed or a non-streamed community game in September, because we'll have some openings in September for doing some stuff. So hopefully we'll get to do some of that. And as always with everybody, please take your mental health seriously. Take the mental health of others seriously. Make sure people are okay. People in your life, especially people you haven't heard from for a while. And check in, make sure they're okay. And if you suffer from mental health issues, like many people do, myself included, first of all, it's okay to not be okay, because mental health, it's health, everybody, and it's very important. And if you don't feel you can reach out to those around you, because I know a lot of people can't, in chat's a list of numbers you can call or text 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And you can have somebody talk to you on the other end. And if you're not in the U.S., there's a website listed. You can plug in the country of origin and find out what is in your country, because mental health is important. We take it seriously. And we want everyone to be okay. And now my wife can have the stage.
I'm Mama McStabber. I'm a registered nurse. Timber Brad here is also a registered nurse. And we're going to tell you.
Please get your goddamn shots.
How's it looking in the hospitals?
Like dog ass.
Exactly. Nursing homes as well. Even shelters are overrun at this point. Yeah, so please get your shots, and not just for COVID, but also make sure that your other vaccines are up to date, because polio is increasing in cases. And also, if it becomes available to you anytime soon, in some locations it's already been rolled out, get the monkeypox vaccine. It is not an STD. It is like smallpox, similar to chickenpox as well. It is a virus that is transmitted through close physical contact and respiratory transmission.
And I heard it is just agonizing to have. It's like
It
glass
is.
on your skin.
Yes, it is very, very painful. Please get the vaccine. It isn't some new experimental thing. They're literally building it on the premise of the smallpox vaccine, which nearly wiped out smallpox for us in the developed world. So please get your vaccines. And remember, women still have less autonomy than a corpse in many states in this country. Vote blue like lives depend on it, because they do.
Fuck Indiana.
Yeah.
They just passed a new one.
Yeah, I know. I'm tired of reporting on it, y'all. I'm serious. I'm really tired. Because it is so disheartening seeing those that claim the moral high ground have absolutely no fucking humanity. I want them to give up their fucking organs and their blood to those who will die without it, without having any consent involved. So they can have less autonomy than a corpse as well. And that's all I'm going to say.
And fuck Putin. And as always, please don't be Satine Phoenix or Jameson Stone. Be a Mr. Rogers. Be a good neighbor. Don't be abusive. Don't be a narcissistic asshole. Don't try to build up off the backs of those around you. You can go up the ladder without stomping everybody down the ladder at the same time, okay? Just saying. And we're going to miss you, Lamar. And I can't wait for at least the cast Q&A to sit at this table for the last time with you. So Even I'm a little emotional. So from the cast of this show, and as the storyteller that it's been a privilege for 7 seasons with everyone here, we will see you next time. Good night, everybody.